All right, we are live. Do you know how to get your perfect prospects to stop their scroll? And how do you stand out in a newsfeed that's noisier than ever? We're going to be talking about it today. And in case we're meeting for the first time, my name is Carrie Hyam. And on today's episode, it's all about the absolute game changer that can either make or break your content. It gets people to stop and actually watch or read what you've put out there on the interwebs. And without it, they'll scroll on past. Okay, so if you're watching and this is live, depending on where you're watching from, maybe you're just listening to the podcast episode, but wherever you might be viewing this, give me a hashtag live in the comments. And if you're watching the replay, drop a hashtag replay and I'll come back in and I will respond to all of your comments later. So if you're ready to talk about hooks that actually convert, I wanna see those hooks coming in. All right? Drop a hook in the comment, and I'm not talking about like a fishing lure, although it is like a lure for your perfect prospects online. Drop a hook if you're ready to go. And I wanna break this down. So what is a hook? All right? So a hook is exactly like it sounds. It hooks your perfect prospects and draws them into your content. It's that first 3 to 5 seconds that they see or read that either grabs your audience's attention or loses them forever. So it's kind of a make or break it moment where someone decides, am I going to keep watching or am I going to keep reading or am I just going to scroll past? And it happens within seconds. Okay. So let me tell you something. I've seen so many content creators out there create incredible content. Like, as I read it, I'm like, this is gold, all right? But the problem is nobody watches it or nobody reads it because the hook itself is weak. A hook can be the difference between a video that goes viral or gets thousands of views d- and a reel that like gets nothing. It's the difference between virality and crickets. Okay? And so quick check here. Comment yes if you've ever scrolled past a video in the first few seconds because you're like, "Oh, this isn't for me," or you didn't find it appealing, or it just didn't draw you in, because I know that I have, okay? And here's the thing, hooks are like the front door to your content. Like, would you walk into a house with a broken, ugly door like that you're like, "Oh my gosh, like, I might get hurt if I walk into this house," right? No way. Same with your content, and maybe that's a bad analogy, but your hook is that front door. And there are 3 critical components to a killer hook, like something that's going to draw people in. The first is calling out pain. So when you understand who your perfect prospect is, you've done the market research, you know your avatar, if you will, who that perfect prospect is, what keeps them up at night, their pains, their problems, their fears, their dreams, their desires, etc. When you call out a pain and you make it very specific, all the people out there that relate to that pain are like, "Oh, this is for me," right? So calling out pain is number 1. People naturally want to run from pain or get out of pain that they're feeling. Number 2 is creating curiosity. And so just like I did with this live video that we're doing right now, I asked you 2 questions to pique your interest. And if you're watching this right now, those questions worked. The hook worked. And those 2 questions were, do you know how to get your perfect prospects to stop their scroll? And the other one was, how do you stand out in a newsfeed that's noisier than ever? If you have made it to this part of the video, it worked. The hook worked. People that didn't make it this far, the hook didn't appeal to them, right? And then number 3 is hint at the solution. So when you can talk about a solution to someone's problems or hint at a desired result that they want, or talk about dreams that they have. When you can hint at them getting closer to the dream that they have, that also draws people in. But here's a little bit of a truth bomb, if you will. People don't care about you. They don't. There is not a single person except maybe your mom, or if you're married, maybe your spouse. There's not a single person that sits there thinking, "Oh, man, I wonder what Carrie's doing today. I wonder what kind of content she's gonna put out." Like, they don't people don't generally, like, think that way, right? They're worried about their own problems. They're worried about their bills. They're worried about their kids. They're worried about, everything and anything that's going on in their lives except you. Okay? They care about themselves. So your hook needs to be about them and about their struggles. So here's a I want to give you like an example of like a bad hook. Hey, I'm Carrie and I want to talk about marketing. Like nobody goes, "Oh yeah." Unless unless you're like a marketing guru that, like, that's all you think about, talk about, do every single day, and even if it is, the fact that you just said, "I wanna talk about marketing," it's so vanilla, it's so bland, people are gonna scroll right through. Killer hook, one that, like, baits people and reels them in. Posting daily but no sales? I'll show you the 3 words that changed everything for me. Notice somebody who's been posting and is not making sales, maybe they're not getting views, they're putting content out there and it gets crickets. It, like, goes into the abyss and nobody sees it, nobody does anything with it. That person is gonna be like, "I am posting daily and I'm not getting sales. What are these 3 words?" Right? You see the difference? The second hook speaks to their specific pain. So drop a current hook, maybe something that you've used on either one of your previous videos, maybe it was a reel, maybe it was, a written post. Drop your hook. I'll help you make them fire, right? Like, I'll come back in and maybe I'll give you some feedback here over the next few days. Now, how do you know if your hook works? This is a question that I get all the time. They're like, "How do I know if this is gonna be a good hook?" Well, you can do, like, an educational guess based on who your perfect prospect. Like, if you don't know who your perfect prospect is, if you don't know what keeps them awake at night, if I can't, like, wake you up at 3 a.m. and say, "Tell me about your perfect prospect," and you can't ramble off everything that you know about them, you've got some work to do there. However, there's quick tests that you can ask yourself or some questions that you can ask yourself that will like help you gauge whether or not the hook is going to work before you even post it. The first one, I ask myself, would a stranger stop scrolling? Would someone who doesn't know me, doesn't know the success that I've had, doesn't know what I do day in and day out, would they actually stop their scroll with this hook? Am I leaning in on a problem? That's number 2. Like, does it speak to a specific problem, fear, pain that they are experiencing right now that they want to get out of? And the next thing is, can you say it in 7 seconds or less? Because you only have 3 to 5, 7 seconds at the most, and then you've lost that person. So, 1, would a stranger stop scrolling? 2, does this speak to a specific problem, pain, fear, dream, desire, whatever that may be? And number 3, can you say it in 7 seconds or less? And here's a little pro tip. Your hook should feel like you are reading their diary. Like, it should make them think, "Oh my gosh, are you in my head right now?" Right? And I know what you're thinking, "Carrie, this sounds amazing, but I need examples." So that's why we've actually created something that I'm really excited to share with you. It's the ultimate cheat sheet, if you will. So it's 50 of mine and my business partner Brandy's best performing hooks that have generated millions of dollars in our business. Okay. So here's your chance. You can grab our free hook swipe file right now. It's called Reels That Convert. And the hooks themselves, it's the hook. The hook is what gets those people in. It's what gets people to actually watch your reel or watch your live or read your story or whatever that may be. So, what I want you to do is I want you to comment hooks in the comment section, the chat, wherever you might be watching this. There might even be a link attached to this video somewhere. You can click it and you can get it for free, by the way. It's our free 50 best performing hook swipe file. Okay. There's also a link in my bio if you happen to be watching this on one of my personal pages on social media. I have a link for it in my bio. Go grab it. Okay. These are the exact hooks we've used to be able to sell programs, sell our courses, make millions of dollars online without needing a huge audience, without our content having to go viral, and build a multiple $1 million business. These hooks, you guys, they are gold, okay? So if you want the hooks, drop hook in the comments. And remember, a great hook isn't just marketing. It's about connecting. It's about solving problems and serving your audience. It all comes down to service-based leadership, okay? So that's it for now. If you found this valuable, maybe drop like a hashtag value in the comments and tag whoever might benefit from it in the comments as well. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you on next week's episode.